Well, good morning, everybody. This is second day in a row I've actually managed to do this. Did not, well, I've done this several times, but I'm proud of myself because I actually made it a second day in a row, which I've been having a hard time with. Didn't get up quite at 5 today, but I got pretty close, reasonably close. About 5:15 I drug myself out of bed, so I'm doing better than I did yesterday. And I will tell you though, I keep telling myself this is going to get easier, and it doesn't seem to. And I'm a little discouraged. I snoozed my alarm 3 times this morning. I was just exhausted. And that's partially my fault because, try as I might, I didn't quite get to bed on time. I was close, but still didn't get to bed on time. But more than that, I was plagued with, I don't even know what to call it, a case of the I don't wannas. And I don't know why this happens to me, but I suspect I'm not the only one. Where there's some mornings I don't get up. And I don't get up because I'm legitimately too tired. For whatever reason, some days there are legitimate reasons I don't get to bed on time. There is one day a week when I am routinely out until 4 in the morning. On days like that, I'm not getting up at 5. I'm just not going to happen. And there's some days when I just don't sleep well enough, and I need more sleep. But this wasn't one of those days. This is just a case of I don't wanna. And let me tell you, I don't wanna is a dastardly foe. Because there's no reason for it other than I don't wanna. I hesitate to call it laziness, but that may be accurate. I hesitate to call it lack of discipline. That may be it as well. But I get this way sometimes. I don't wanna. Leave me to my warm cocoon of comfort, and the rest of the world can just bugger off. Doesn't matter if Christmas is that morning. I've had Christmas mornings where I don't want. And I really wish I had some kind of profound insight as to why I'm struggling with I don't wanna. But truthfully right now, I don't. I've got no idea why this is a problem. This has been a problem for me for a good chunk of my life. Probably starting as a teenager. I would get up later and later in the mornings, and then it didn't help the fact that one of my first jobs was working a night shift, and I worked a night shift for years. I'm not sure if that maybe just semi-permanently reset my body's circadian rhythm. I'm not even sure if that's possible. And I mean, I've got some theories as to why it's going on. I could point to a plethora of childhood trauma or a plethora of physical and mental health issues that probably are all playing into this giant soup of I don't wanna. But if I didn't move this morning, it would have robbed me. It's not a great way to explain it, but let me try it another way. Usually, when I have to do something I don't want to do, I very quickly and vehemently blame whoever or whatever it is that is forcing me to do this thing I don't want to do. And I may not say it out loud, but what's going on up here is vicious. And I mean, in only the way that somebody trained in speech and debate can be. But this morning, as I was wrestling around with I don't wanna, I started to get angry, and then I realized that there's nobody forcing me to do this. I'm doing this to myself. And weirdly, it was in that moment that the I don't wanna kind of subsided. It wasn't perfect, but it got better. Because I realized, no, I'm choosing this. This is my choice. I realized I could have gone back to bed. Honestly, I could stop this 5 a.m. thing, and there's a few people that'd be disappointed in me, but they'd understand. I don't have to do this, but I'm choosing to. If I had listened to I Don't Wanna, I wouldn't have seen the stars this morning. There were a couple of stars that were super bright, brighter than I usually see them inside the city limits. I wouldn't have got to smell the morning air. I wouldn't have got to feel my heart beating as it forces life through my veins in defiance of the cold. I wouldn't have gotten to see the sunrise that's just now barely creeping over the horizon. How many of our life experiences are we robbed of because of I don't wanna? How many times do we pick comfort over results? Not even results, just over living. How many times do we plop ourselves in front of the television and let our brains dribble out our ears when there's so much more that we could be doing? It's not a judgment. I don't blame people for doing it. I do it myself more times than I'd like to admit. But it makes me wonder how many things in my own life I've lost because of I don't wanna. Gonna be a short one today. Need to get moving again before my butt freezes to the chair. But I encourage anybody who watches this to look at their life and ask yourself, what have I been robbed of because of I don't wanna? And what are we gonna do to change it? Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.